We've got a slightly unusual set of baseball cards to look at today. They're called Topps T205. They are mini tobacco cards. They're a throwback to a set of cards that were first printed in 1911. They're certainly not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I really like them. I'm going to open up a box of them today. We can check them out together, and then you can let me know what you think, love or hate, in the comments. This is a box of T205. It contains 32 cards, 8 of which are parallels, and we're going to do a rundown of the parallels that you're likely to find in this in a minute. There are 4 of these boxes to a carton, which is how this product is sold, and across 4 boxes or 1 carton you're likely to see 1 autograph. We don't know if the autograph has already come out of this carton, so it's a total lottery. When we come to open this, we'll have to see what we get. Speaking of lottery, you couldn't buy T205 on Topps website. You had to go through the EQL process, which means that you had to effectively win a spot to buy it. Demand very much outstrips supply because it's quite a short printed product. T205 is a 300 card base set, and it comprises a mix of rookies, vets and Hall of Famers. When T205 cards first came out in 1911, they were distributed with cigarette packs. They're tobacco cards after all.
Yes, I am in flavor country.
And each card bore the brand name of the cigarettes that they were distributed with, and that's reflected in the parallels of this throwback set. The way you tell which parallel you've got on this T205 set is to turn the cards over, because all the information is on the back. So on the front, all these cards are going to look very similar, but on the back they'll have a different brand, and that brand will denote the rarity of each parallel. This does sound confusing. It certainly confused me at first.
Not that confusing.
But I'm going to do a quick run through. I found examples of all of the parallel backs, so I'll run through them and then I'll put the pack odds on each parallel so you can get an idea of the rarity of each parallel. So to start off with, we have Piedmont, which is 1 in 2 packs. Then we have Sweet Caporal, that's 1 in every 3 packs. Sovereign, 1 in 5. Polar Bear, 1 in 7. Cycle, 1 in 10. American Beauty, 1 in 15 packs. Now we're getting into rarer stuff. Broadleaf, 1 in every 25 packs. Drum, 1 in every 50 packs. And then we get into blank backs, which have no markings on the back at all. Gold leaf is going to be found on the front, and that's where we've got a sort of shiny gold border around the image. Then you've got Woodstock, and Woodstock's a bit like you would find heavy lumber in flagship, so it's actually got a wood grain feel to the card. Then we've got the rarest parallel, which, as is the case for any baseball card set, is the 1 of 1, and that's called the Christy Mathewson back. This is a little bit confusing because Christy Mathewson actually also has a base card in the set.
It's not that hard.
But you're looking for the Christy Mathewson back, and you'll be able to tell it's a 1 of 1 because it's the only card in the set that actually has a serial number stamped on it, and it will have the familiar 1 of 1 stamped on the front of the card. As well as the parallels, there are also some very, very short printed image variations to the base card set. So the first variation is the All-Star cap. Then we have the no cap variation, which unsurprisingly, they're not wearing any cap. Then we've got what I suppose can be considered a couple of insert sets. So you've got presidential first pitches, there's vintage ballparks, and then there's a Titanic super short print, which marks the first sailing of the Titanic, which was in 1911, the year that this set was first produced. Last but not least, there's also the T80 Rookies insert set as well. Then finally, I mentioned that there are autographs in this product, so they come out at a rate of around 1 autograph per carton. There's a checklist of 79 players who have autographs in this product, and there are some really big names in there, including Ohtani, Roki Sasaki, and Paul Skenes. Because T205 is such a niche product, the production runs are actually very limited too. So there's only around about 70,000 packs of this in total in circulation. And that means that for some of the shorter printed parallels, the production runs are actually very, very short. So even though they're not numbered, you can rest assured that if you get a blank back or a drum, that's a very, very low numbered population card. This is kind of a milestone video for me because I think it counts as our first ever sponsored video. We've very kindly had a box of T205 donated to the channel by a viewer, a guy called Lee Cadis. Lee's a massive Phillies fan. He's a member of our Facebook group in the UK, and he has very generously given this box. And these aren't easy to come by, so thanks very much, Lee. Really appreciate it. If we get any big Phillies hits in this, then they're coming your way. Here's our box of 205. As I said, this has come from a carton of 4 boxes. Across those 4 boxes, we would have expected there to be an autograph. We have no idea if the autograph is in this, so we're just going to have to open it up and find out. Got this kind of label on the front of it, but I think that's more for show, because I think if we just open up the top, There we go. There's our 4 packs. Our teeny tiny packs. One, two, three, 4. Right. Pack number 1. So I've seen quite a few packs of this opened. And I think the parallels we should see straight away. Oh, failed already. No, we haven't. Okay. And right. We have Shane Bieber. Starting off strong with a wood parallel of Dylan Cruz. That's the result. As you can see, they're a bit too small for these. Oh, they do set up there nice. Okay. Ozzie Smith, Derek Jeter, Pedro Martinez, Hae-Sung Kim, Andre Jimenez, Austin Wells, Bryce Turang, and Tyler Locklear. So we know we've got a wood parallel. Have we got anything else? And we got a sweet corporal as well for Shane Bieber. Quick whiz through. Right. So there we go. So we started off really strong with a Dylan Cruz wood and the sweet cap. All right, let's open our second pack. Okay, we have Salvi Perez, Byron Buxton, Brenton Doyle, Jurickson Profar, Sal Perez again. I've got to believe that that's got to be one of our parallels. Nico Horner, my Cubbies, Cade Povich, rookie card, Chipper Jones, Francisco Lindor, Matt Wallner. Right, let's turn them around. See which ones are our parallels. So here we go. So we've got Salvi Perez on the Piedmont, and we've got Byron Buxton on the Piedmont too. So 2 of the, I guess, the first base parallel. Nothing more on that. But that wood off the bat is probably our hit of the box, but we'll see. These are tiny cards, they're quite difficult to handle. Okay, we have Ozzie Albies, Justin Verlander, Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman, Francisco Alvarez, Julio Rodriguez, Joe Torre, Jock Peterson, Kyle Schwarber. Here we go, Lee, one for you. And Wyatt Langford. Let's have a look then, see which ones are parallels. Okay, all right, so we've got Ozzie Albies is our cycle. That's very short printed. And then we have Justin Verlander is our sweet cap. Cool. Last pack. It's a very quick rip, this one. We have, I think, Felix Hernandez. And then we have one of our T80 rookies, Jackson Jobe. See the design variation there. Big Dumper. Royce Lewis, Christian Yelich, Nathaniel Lowe, Willie Adames, Corbin Burns, Jace Young, and Joey Votto. So let's have a look then at our parallels. So we know that was a T80. Oh, we've got Sovereign. So Felix Hernandez is our Sovereign parallel, and then Jackson Jobe our T80. Okay, quick whiz through our parallels then. So we've got Felix Hernandez on the Sovereign, T80 Rookie Series Jackson Jobe, Salvi Perez on the Piedmont, Justin Verlander on the Sweet Cap, Ozzie Albies on the Cycle. That's our rarest of the tobacco brand parallels. Then we've got Byron Buxton for the Twins on the Piedmont, Shane Bieber on the Sweet Cap, and then I think our hit of the box, Dylan Cruz on the Wood. There we go. That was a really quick whistle-stop tour of Topps T205. Thanks again, Lee, for sharing the box with us. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this set in the comments. I've been a bit slack at uploading videos over the summer, so to my subscribers, I'm very sorry. It is now November. It's dark at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've got nothing else better to do. The baseball season is over, so I'm hoping to put out a few more videos. We've definitely got some interesting sets coming before Christmas, so keep watching the channel, like and subscribe, and keep your eyes peeled for more content coming soon.